Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys, wherever you are in the world. This is REGANELITE here. Taking a bit of a sit down one, shall we say, for this one, because I'm a little bit tired, if I'm honest. I like to do a lot of these together, in bits. So normally I do like 3 or 4 couple of weeks, so there's plenty in advance here for you guys. So what do I want to talk about today? I'm going to put this down because it's easier for me. I want to talk about films and TV, guys. You see, I don't watch much TVs or film series like I used to. Like, I remember I was really into House of Cards by Kevin Spacey, that series. I just said I'll put it down and I'll put it back up. I don't know, I can't help myself, guys. I'm a bit fiddly today. That TV series, like it was like I wasn't really into got really deep into American politics until I watched that. I was like, whoa, this is actually really, really cool, you know. It's very powerful. And TV series and films can really rock your emotions and really put things into perspective for you in life, for life in general. There's just as much educational as well as entertainment when you think about TV series or films. One of the, I think I've shared this before, but one of my favorite films is American Gangster by Denzel Washington. And the film is essentially about him basically becomes one of the top gangsters, basically, one of the top gangsters, and eventually he falls down over his power. But there's a scene in that film that reminds me just how powerful and how dangerous people can be in the world. So let me explain the scene, and you can have a look it up for yourselves if you want to. So he essentially is sitting in a cafe with some family, like brothers or cousins or whatever, who's going to bring into the basically the business. And then he notices one of his old rivals out on the street, and he basically goes out there. They talk for a bit, telling them basically piss off my territory sort of thing. Pulls out a gun in front of him. This is daylight, busy street, and he shoots him. Straight up shoots him, and everyone's like gasping, screaming, all running away, and all that kind of stuff, right? And what does he do? Turns around, goes and sits back down in the cafe with his family, and says, like, where were we, sort of thing. And it's like, and the most shocking thing was, everyone turned a blind eye. The police turned a complete blind eye. Like, nothing happened, and it wasn't until he was finally, you know, they caught up with him, but nothing happened to him. He shot an innocent man in a public high street, and no one did anything. That's terrifying. And the thing is, that's actually can happen in the real world. There are places in the real world where there are dangerous people in certain nations and certain nations and that, where someone can literally shoot somebody and not face any consequences because there's no law and order as such. That's frightening. And it really does put things into perspective for you, these films and TV. See, I'm a big fan of, I've been a fan of also the James Bond. The guy with the cool gadgets and the hot woman and, you know, all the shooting and that kind of stuff. So, you know, really couldn't be more British, really, couldn't it be? 007. The actors all along the way, we've had some amazing James Bond actors. One film series that really is, I may or may not have shared this close to my heart, is Lord of the Rings. In saying that, I haven't even watched any of the Amazon Prime series one, which is shameful. I shouldn't be saying I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan when I haven't even watched that TV series. I really should go out of my way to try and watch it. But when I was younger, I think our dad actually had cassette tapes of some of the original audios of Lord of the Rings. So that's kind of where my love for Lord of the Rings come from. We actually cosplayed for our dad one time, a Lord of the Rings characters for one of his birthdays, and I dressed up as Legolas, and no, you will not see a picture of that. And we basically sat and watched 9 hours of the Lord of the Rings series from start to finish. No, we didn't include The Hobbit for it at the time, but it's pretty darn cool. Or some other films and TV series. I mean, obviously some really original ones, like I'm thinking more action, really, more than anything. Like original Terminator. Like when you were young and you saw that, like, Jesus Christ, that guy is scary. Like terrifying, to say the least. Or even horror films. I'll give you a horror film that really scared me when I was a kid. It's a film called Hellraiser. If you've never heard of it, Google it, look it up, guys. It's one of the most horrifying films. Like, you think Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Saw or whatever. Like, I'm not a fan of horror films. I've kind of grown out of it. Like, I don't know, maybe it's the whole blood and the mutilation. Maybe it's getting a bit too much for me. Each to their own, I would say. But I don't like comedy films. Like, I don't know. It's not really my kind of thing. Everybody's kind of different. Like, some people really like that, because we used to do on the Discord, we used to have film nights. I don't do them anymore because, well, people aren't around to watch them, or I stopped doing them because, well, I don't have the same access to certain films that I used to. So when people say, oh, I want to watch this film, sometimes it was a case of they didn't even turn up for it when I did the event on Discord. So I was like, what was the point then, But there were some films we watched together, which is kind of like, oh, this is interesting. So, the dog running past me, don't I? But certain TV series were also quite interesting as well. What are some of the other TV series? I mean, even when I was younger, I think, I'm trying to remember, that's it. Keegan and Kel from Nickelodeon. I don't know, you guys remember that? I used to watch the kids series when I was very younger. Power Rangers, Pokemon. No, I didn't watch too much of the TV series, to be fair. Of the Pokemon. It was Digimon was actually the one. Like, yeah, these anime ones. I really like some of the anime ones. Dragon Ball Z. Anyone's ever heard of that? That's one that I really, really like. Really, really like. Dragon Ball Z. Like, I'm a huge fan of Vegeta. He's absolutely one of my favourites from that anime series. Like I remember there was actually a YouTube video of someone did put all the Goku versus Frieza on Namek battle. He put it all together into one video, and it was like 6 hours long or something. like it was like 6 hours long, because that's how long the battle actually went if you actually divided up all the episodes. I don't know, maybe exaggerating 6 hours, but it's still several hours to watch the whole thing. Then it was like the most titanic clashes in anime history. But it was pretty epic, yeah, to be fair. So but yeah, there's so many, like I know, obviously I used to watch Top Gear. The original was Top Gear with the original 3 as well. Like, even though it's more of it's not so much it's about cars, but even though it's weird though, because I wasn't so much about cars, because I'm not really a car person, but I think it was more just because of them. Like, when they did the Grand Tour on Amazon Prime, I had ways of watching it without getting Amazon Prime, I think it was, or not. No, actually, somebody, when I was living or working with somebody, had Amazon Prime or lent it to me or something. Was how I got to watch the Grand Tour, I think it was called, or something. They when they did that series before, you know, things got really sour with them, with a certain one of them, Jeremy Clarkson, I think it was. Yeah, him. I really enjoyed those three, like the comedy that they put off one another. Yes, he did go a bit too far with his comedy, for some of his words, without a question, no question about that. Would you believe that one of my series that I used to like when I was younger was TV series was called Animal Hospital with Rolf Harris. Yeah, that really sucked. I actually really enjoyed the series, and yet you find out that guy is a pedophile. Oh, that really annoyed me. I never was interested in Jimmy Savile. I didn't really care or really interested. He wasn't my cup of tea anyway. But man, if you were a fan of him when you were younger, oh, that stung. That really must have stung you for some of you guys. Really do. But what are some of your favourite TV series or films that comes to your mind? Alien was another one that I really liked when I was younger. I watched all the franchises. Predator. I'm just trying to think of films that really come to mind. The Matrix. I love The Matrix. I never watched the new Matrix because it didn't feel right to me. It never felt right to me, that new Matrix. But people will say, well, how would you know if you haven't watched it? It's true. I mean, it's the same concept with Star Wars, to be fair. Like, I have watched some of the newer Star Wars films, but I got really put off by one of them. I think when they brought back Luke Skywalker, and they brought back Luke Skywalker, didn't they? And he was just completely out of character of what he originally was, which made absolutely no sense. Loved some of the TV series Disney Plus had with some of the dance, like Mandalorian. My God, that was just so good. I mean, I'm sure you guys have some Netflix and series that you want. If you talk to me about Netflix series, I'm like one in, one out the other, really, to be fair, guys, because I've never gotten Netflix, and I don't think I ever will get Netflix. If you want to give me a free subscription to Netflix, you're more than welcome to be fair, guys. But you know, what are some of your childhood films or TV series, guys, that you have? Let me know down in the comments below. Kind of interested to hear what you guys think. Like, share and subscribe as always. I may have even already talked about this topic before, but nothing wrong with rehashing an old one, shall we say. Hope to catch you all very, very soon.